Hey Android fans, this is Eric from hollywoodfrodo.com with another Android app review. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a new really cool photo app called Phogy. Right before I get to that, I do want to remind you this review is sponsored in part by AndyTags.com. AndyTags.com is a really cool website for NFC tags and NFC keychains, and just to find out what in the world you can do with NFC, which is probably on your phone. So head over to AndyTags.com after the review and check those out. So, Phogy 3D picture app. Several months ago, I did a sort of a review where I took two different apps, a GIF generating app and a photo taking app, and showed you how you could use both of those apps and use a certain technique to get kind of a 3D effect. Well, I don't know if the developers behind Phogy saw that video or not, but what they did is they took that idea, they took that concept, and they built it into a single app, but also made it a million times better with a really brilliant algorithm. So it allows you to take sort of 3D apps where a central focus figure stays more or less in the same place, but you get to see three-dimensionally around it. It's a visual thing, so it's hard to explain. So let's hop on my phone. I'm going to show you some of the 3D pictures that I have taken, and also try to demonstrate exactly how it works and how you use it to take 3D pictures. But it's really cool. So let's hop on my phone and check it out. So here you see the app Phogy right there on my phone. So let's open that up. And basically you can go straight to taking a photo, go to your gallery, or you can go into settings. Let's go into the gallery so you can kind of see some of the things you can do. You can do 3D selfies, which is kind of cool. Here's one I did. Once it opens up, you'll see the 3D effect. You can, as you turn your phone, you see what's around you. And you can apply, you can set it as a wallpaper if you want, so that it will work with your phone as a wallpaper. You can apply effects to it, so you can play with the brightness and contrast, the hue and saturation. You can blur, you can do oil painting, you can do spin, compensation. So now it's going to apply that. It's going to take a little bit of time to apply that, so let's skip forward. So that's the spin, slight spin, compensation. It's not going to have much of an effect on this one because I'm so close to the background, but that is an option. But you can also, you can change colors, you can blur it, which especially you might want to do if you're deciding to set this as a wallpaper, which is kind of cool that you can set one of these as a wallpaper. But you can also turn into an oil painting or just your standard hue, saturation, brightness, contrast. The other thing that's cool, if you hit the share button up here, you can share it as a Phogy, so just leaving it as it is, but you can also convert it to a GIF file or an MP4 file, which is awesome. You can also convert it for Facebook. If you do that, it's basically converting it to a video like an MP4 and posting it on Facebook. But what's awesome is that you do have these various ways. A GIF is great for most websites, putting it on the web, and it will play automatically, so the person doesn't have to push a play button. Of course, you can do it as an MP4. Video, that's not quite as cool to me because then you could have just taken a video, that you do have that option since some sites such as Facebook don't support GIFs. So let me show you some of the other things that I have on here. Here's one of my dog. And so this is when I first got the app. I was testing it out. And you see as I turn, I can see it. But again, I could export that as a GIF or an MP4 and it would just happen automatically. And then here's another one that I did with my dog in the park. And it's cool. It's like having sort of a virtual 3D look of, you know, where that object that you're taking a picture of, where it is. So instead of just a static background, you've got the whole thing. So let's do a GIF real quick, just so you can see how that works. It does take a little bit of time to export it, depending on what resolution and all you're using. And we'll look at settings in just a second, but let's jump to after this exports as a GIF. Okay, so it's done. So you can share it anywhere you want to share it, or you can just view it. So let's view it. We're not going to be viewing it in Phogy. We're going to be viewing it just as a photo on our phone. So I'm just going to use Gallery. And there you go. Now I don't have to turn my phone or anything because it's a GIF, so it just does it automatically. And you can adjust the speed and stuff, as you'll see in a minute, inside of settings. So let's go into the settings real quick, and then I'm going to actually do a Phogy with you, let you see how it works when you're actually taking one. But let's go into settings. Oh, get out of there. There we go, settings. So move sensitivity, so how sensitive it is to your movement. You have options for wallpaper. If you want to set Phogys as your wallpaper, you can do it. You can have a single photo, or you can have multiple photos and have it change ever so often. And you can also choose if you want portrait or landscape Phogys to use for that, and how you want to optimize for speed or for quality. So that's kind of a cool option that you have there. Exposure time, and you can see the little Pro. Phogy is free to download and free to try out with limitations, and then you upgrade to the Pro version if you want to remove the limitations. So you can choose how long you want your Phogy to be, how long you want to take the picture, anywhere from 2 seconds to 10 seconds if you're using Pro. And then you can choose the resolution of your GIF. You've got various resolutions, 512 pics being the highest. And then GIF size limit, you can have anywhere from 3 megabytes to unlimited if you have if you want. Video quality, so this is if you're using it for Facebook or just exporting it as an MP4 in video mode, then you can again choose whatever quality that you want for that. You can also choose video frame if you want a frame around it. You can have a black frame, a white frame. You can have a frame that actually mimics like a phone around it, or you can have none. Video cycles, so in other words, when you're creating a video or a GIF, actually this is for video. GIF would just continually play, but with a video you have to decide how long you want, how many times you want it to loop. So you can choose how many times you want it to loop in the video and how fast you want the video speed to be. And then camera help overlay, you can have that on or off. And then show tutorial, which is obviously once you've learned how to use it or you've watched this video, you probably don't need the tutorial because you've seen it. So those are the settings, and that's how it works. Let me just show you another one that I did in my kitchen. I did this one in portrait mode. And now I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually take one with you, with my phone hooked up to my video camera, and actually take the Phogy. So let's do that. So I just wanted to show you exactly how you take a Phogy. Once you bring the camera up, you'll see you have the crosshairs right here. And it obviously does work in portrait or landscape mode. This one I'm going to be doing in landscape. just because I have my camera attached to my video camera tripod, and landscape works best for that. So you put the crosshairs on whatever it is you want to be the more or less stationary object, and then you push the camera button, and then you move around, keeping that object in the center in the crosshairs. Now I had to move kind of slow because I'm not holding the actual phone, and it's jiggly if I move fast, so I had to move kind of slow. But if you were just holding your phone, you'd move a little bit faster than that. And you'll see it writes, it analyzes, and then it processes. All of that is done in portrait mode, even if you took the picture in landscape, but you'll see the end product will be in landscape. So while that's happening, I'm gonna take this off, and there we go. Now we can go to our gallery, and that picture will be there. This is the one we just did, and you'll see it's, as you turn, it's like a three-dimensional picture. You can see other things in relation to the thing in the foreground. That was Phogy. 3D pictures, even 3D selfies, which is pretty darn awesome, pretty cool. So check it out on the Play Store. It's one of those apps that is just, they did a good job. They didn't release it with kind of halfway doing something. It's great. So I highly recommend you check it out and get it, because I think you'll really enjoy it, and you can, you know, put some cool photos on Facebook or just have them for yourself on your website, whatever. Anyway, Phogy, check it out on Google Play. That is it for this review. If you like this review, please click that like button. If you know anyone who might be interested in this app, and these days that's probably everyone, because everyone's into taking pictures on their phone, so share this review with everyone you know on Facebook, Reddit, Google+, Twitter. All those ways are down there. Check out my channel for other Android app reviews, Tasker tutorials, NFC tutorials, product reviews, all that fun stuff. Subscribe, or just favorite a playlist if you want to keep up with a specific playlist. Anyway, that is it. Until next time, this is Eric reminding you that your Android phone is only going to be as good as you make it.